These are jalapenos my dad grew. I went to his house on Monday and helped him pick jalapenos, and we canned some hot jalapenos for him and made some jalapeno jelly, and he gave them to me and Robert. Robert likes them hot. I prefer them candied, and so since he had leftover, I'm going to candy these. So it's the same concept of canning, and you're going to use apple cider, but instead of using salt, you're going to can it with sugar and cider, and it's going to make them candied. So they're still going to have a bit of a kick because they're jalapenos, but it's a combination of sweet and kick. I actually buy candied jalapenos from a company in Kansas. They're like $9.99 a jar, and then I have to pay for shipping. It just gets expensive because I'm addicted to them. So since Dad had so many extra jalapenos, I thought I would give it a chance. So I've not done this before, the candied jalapenos. I did make jelly with Dad on Monday, so I know how to do that. But the jalapenos, we're gonna do this first. It's new to me. This is just a recipe I found online, a pretty simple recipe. Just need vinegar, sugar, and then the jalapenos, of course. So I got the water boiling because we're gonna do the water bath method. So I got my water boiling so I can sterilize the jars, and then I will start cutting up the jalapenos, and then here's the ingredients for the jelly, which I will do that later. I'll do a separate video on that. So I'm really excited. I hope this works because I really do love candied jalapenos. And then I'll also do a separate video showing how I snack on candied jalapenos, just to give you ideas if that's ever something you would like to try. They have several different uses. Anyway, let me get started cleaning the jalapenos. All right, the most important thing when cutting up jalapenos is wear gloves. You really want to wear gloves. So on these jalapenos, the heat is in the membrane and the seeds, and since I want them to be sweet, I am going to get rid of as much of the seeds I can. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like when we canned them on Monday with my dad, we left all the seeds in because they like it hot. I do not. I just have like a junk bowl here. I'm just popping out the seeds, and then much of the membrane, and then have that left. Yeah, it's going to be tedious. It's going to be time consuming, but that's okay. That's what I want to do. So see, I'm just popping out the seeds and the membrane. And you really want to wear gloves, otherwise your hands are going to be on fire. I've had that experience. And then at this point, whatever I do, don't wipe my eyes, don't wipe my nose, don't touch my face. So yeah, it's a little more time consuming doing this, but and I'm sure there are better ways to do it, but I'm okay with this. I'm watching the Weather Channel, praying for the people who are dealing with Hurricane Florence, and cleaning peppers. That's what I do Friday afternoon. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So like I said, if there's a couple seeds left over, and I'm okay with that, I know this is gonna be time consuming. See, I have this huge bowl to cut up, but I'm in no hurry, taking my time, enjoying this. I know that there's like pepper slicers, kind of like, you know how there's an egg slicer and a tomato slicer that you put it and it cuts it all at once, but yeah, I like this little method. Yes, you definitely want to wear gloves. Look at all that seeds. Oh, that's very hot right there. I like a little kick in my jalapeno, but not mouth on fire, can't taste anything ever again. I like my taste buds. So, all right. I'm not gonna bore you with this whole jar, so I'm gonna finish cutting them up and then I will be back. Okay, that bowl made 5 jars. I actually have another bowl, but we're just gonna start with the slices first. I'm gonna make, I separated out the smaller jalapenos, and I'm gonna try something different. I'm going to try to make spears. Okay, So I have the syrup. I had in this red pot right here to the right hand corner, the red pot is the sugar and the 3 cups sugar. I'm sorry, it was 6 cups sugar, 2 cups vinegar. It is boiling. It's just been sitting over here. So now I am going to add it to the jars. I don't know. I think the funnel is pointless because the funnel is kind of pointless. I'm just going to do my best not to make a complete mess. See how well that works. So just, it's very syrupy. It is candied. So remember, 6 cups sugar. Yes, a lot of syrup. Don't want to get too far. Need a little inch head space. There we go. Alright, now go to the next one. Alright, I'm going to fill these 5 jars and I'll be back. Alright, I wiped each lid, the rim down. It's very important to wipe the lids down so that you have a good seal. And then I'm just pushing the peppers down because they floated to the top. You just want to make sure they all have liquid on them. And then that one looks good. So with my sanitized lid, put that on top. Press that down. And take, is that on there? Yes. Take that. Okay. And then some with this one. Oh my god, they're so sticky. But I did already. I went around and wiped every single rim because I don't want the stickiness. And then also you just press down a couple times to get out all the air bubbles. You see little air bubbles. Okay. Another lid. That on the tip. Screw that on. Oh my god, it's so sticky. Well, they are candied. I just didn't realize it was going to be so much sugar in this jar. So much sugar. I just want to press these peppers down because they just floated up. Get rid of air bubbles. I see a couple air bubbles. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm covered. And just wipe that rim again. Make sure I did a good job. And then, oops. That's upside down. Another lid. And then I'm going to put these, there's 5 jars, oh come on, I'm going to put them in the water bath for 15 minutes. Alright, let's see what they look like afterwards. Okay, the first batch, the liquid, the 2 cups of vinegar and 6 cups sugar was just enough liquid for 5 jars, so I had to start a second batch of liquid. Some of my peppers were really small and I wanted to try the spear method, so Robert cleaned these for me and just cut them in half. And so I am going to stuff the jar like this, just to candy them in like this spear method. And so the only difference, since they're in a spear, instead of 20 minutes cooking in the can, I'm going to do 20, I'm sorry, instead of 15 minutes, I'm going to do 20, just to make sure that these are cooked a little longer. Oh, hold on, alright, let me turn, that started to boil, I'll put that on simmer. Alright, I'm sorry, just stirring my vinegar sugar mix. Okay, so while that's simmering, I'm going to see how many jars I can pack with this. And I put my gloves back on because I'm not turning that off. think I'm gonna have extra jars. And I wanna pack them in good. It's probably only gonna do 2 jars. Alright, so I'm gonna finish packing these jars and then I will be back. Okay, so I only had enough jalapenos for 2 jars. So now I'm gonna take my mixture and spoon it in. It's so syrupy. Alright, I'm going to wipe the rims down, poke out the air bubbles, and get those in the canning. I'm going to start with the 15 minutes recommended, and then I might do 5 more minutes since this is a lot more peppers than the other jars. And that is it. Alright, here are my 5 jars of candied jalapenos. I packed them down tight and there's still like some at the bottom, like liquid at the bottom, but that's fine. And then in this pot is the 2 spears. So I made 5 jars of slices and then 2 jars of spears. And I was gonna make jelly. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and I'll do a different video on that. With me de-seeding all of the slices, it kind of took longer than I expected. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm done. I need a break. So I will just work on the jelly tomorrow. And then I think I'm gonna let these sit for a week. And then I'll open a jar and do a taste test to make sure they taste good. And then I'll show you at the end of this video how I eat my candied jalapenos. Good morning. Okay, I am opening my first jar of the candied jalapenos. It's been a week since I canned these, and everything I read online says you should like wait 2 weeks after you can these, just so it gets like all the flavor like sitting there, but it's been a week and I can't wait. I'm out of my regular sweet candied jalapenos that I bought from Kansas City. I'm all out. I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. I can't wait any longer. So the main way I snack on these, well, besides like, you know, the classic putting it on tacos and stuff, is what I do is I just take whipped cream cheese, make it nice and soft, get some scoops, put a little dab of cream cheese on a scoop. It's not my idea. This was how Campbell's sold it to me in their booth. It's called Campbell's Garden is the people I bought it from. Not Campbell's the soup company. They're called Campbell's Garden. So I'm just gonna take a pepper, and there's tons of seeds floating on top. So I didn't do a very good job of getting rid of most of the seeds. Remember, the seeds is where all the heat is, so it smells really good. When I canned them, I felt like the liquid was very syrupy, but it's not syrupy anymore. It's definitely just like a watery texture. So anyway, I don't know how hot these are gonna be, so I'm gonna just eat the first one with, let me find one without tons of seeds. Just gonna eat the first one like by itself, see how hot it is. Oh. Oh my goodness. They're still a little crunchy, which I don't know if I like that because I'm used to canned jalapenos being soft. And they're still hot. Oh my goodness. But they're good. They're really good. Let me try another one. Try another one. Oh my God. I am not tasting the sugar at all. It is a jalapeno. It's not overwhelming. It's hot. It's good. It's definitely not like Campbell's Gardens. It's definitely not the recipe Campbell Gardens uses, but it's still really good. I'm still happy that I canned them, but it's not anything like what I liked. So now I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try one more. Okay, that one has a little sweetness. Maybe I just gotta get a little more liquid with it. They're still really good. And so anyway, I'm still gonna eat them. But they're not as sweet as I was hoping they would be. They're not as sweet. I don't know what I did wrong. They just taste like a jar of jalapenos to me, but I will have to ask my husband's opinion. So I'm not for sure how well this works. So anyway, this is how I snack on it. Just a little scoop with some cream cheese and the jalapeno, and I just snack like this. They're still really good. They're still really good. So I'm not gonna say it's a fail because I'm definitely gonna eat all the jars, but it's not as sweet as I really expected it to be. For as much sugar as I used in that canning recipe, I would expect a lot more sugar. I'm gonna can them again, but I'm gonna try a different recipe. I'm just surprised they're not sweet. I mean, I used like 6 cups of sugar. Why are they not sweet? They're good though. They are really good. Just not as sweet as I would have liked. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I hope my dad has some more jalapenos because I gotta try something different. If anyone has a good candied jalapeno recipe or video they recommend, please link it down below because I'm gonna have to try something different. These are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not as sweet as I would have liked. So anyway, thank you.